Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to my brand new TEW series. I've been hunting about various forums, aka EW Battleground, the EW Warehouse. I've been looking at the Grey Dog software forums as well, just looking for the perfect mod to kind of do a second series on, which is something I've wanted to do for a while. Obviously, I tried previously the Ruthless Aggression one, but being one of the very few wrestling fans who didn't watch that period, it was one time I had taken a break from wrestling, so I wasn't too familiar with the direction the company was going in, and who was getting pushes and whatnot, and what various gimmicks and characters were. So I gave that a miss. I was fine with the idea of the Attitude Era, various mods from the Attitude Era. Unfortunately, I don't feel my booking fits any of their product styles, and I felt making the massive change would probably, it would be too much a change, and it would seriously have hampered the companies. So looking about, I've seen in various forums the time period between 2005 and 2012 certainly seems neglected. There's very few, if any, for that time frame, but luckily I did come across one. It's a very basic one, it's a wee tad unrealistic, but it has still got the workers and characters from a time frame I'm very familiar with, which is the 2009, pretty much right in the middle of the PG era. I'll be starting from November, the first week 2009, into 2010, and I'll be going as the WWE. It's quite easy in the sense that we already have 50 million maximum prestige and all that. Being an international company from the start means I think I'll probably drop to national. I feel it doesn't really matter about size and stuff like that. We're so far ahead of everyone else. This is really just a case of pushing on characters, changing what WWE done, trying out a couple of different things, like obviously Shawn Michaels would retire at WrestleMania coming up here. So what would happen if Shawn Michaels stayed? What would happen if with the Kofi and Orton feud? Could we properly evolve both members of Legacy into world champions? Could we really push on CM Punk and the Straight Edge Society? So many things we can add in. So I'm looking forward to booking stuff like that. I'm going to quickly just show you a couple of things. We'll start off with the titles. Again, another thing that was really hard was getting a right picture pack for this time frame. So literally all I've been able to do at the moment is just get every wrestler on my roster, having a picture roughly from that time frame. Titles and that will come within time. Honestly, I just sat during Raw on Monday night, just putting a picture of every wrestler, and I thought, right, that'll do me for the now. I'll just get the series up and running and get an idea where I'm going to go booking wise. But Christian is the ECW champion, World Heavyweight champion is the Undertaker, World Tag and the WWE Tag are both Jericho, so I'm probably going to drop the WWE Tag, so I just have the one Tag Championship, and that'll be in a one brand, I think. We'll have them as champions. Divas champion is Melina, the World WWE Heavyweight is John Cena, the Intercontinental champion is John Morrison, the United States champion is The Miz, and the women's champion is Michelle McCool. Other things I really need to show you is just the storylines that it's given me getting into this. We've got Batista against Ray, so that's basically Batista's just turned on Ray. Cena against DX was the feud going into Survivor Series. I'll probably do a kind of version of that. I think Survivor Series in my game will be pretty similar to real life, and then after that we'll kind of branch out with different feuds. We've got Ziggler against Morrison for the IC, Melina versus Maryse for the Divas, that would be Orton against Kingston, the Piggy James storyline between Layla, Michelle McCool and Mickie James, Regal and his roundtable against Christian and ECW, Santino versus Chavo is just filler, Taker against Jericho was the same kind of idea, the Legacy, which is interesting that it's managed to put Orton in two different feuds, so that's quite cool. The Legacy, I don't feel I'll split them anytime soon. I want a proper run with Legacy, so don't expect them to split anytime soon. And then the US title is between Swagger, MVP and The Miz. So just a couple of feuds there, guys, we can push. And we'll continue them on for at least this month, and then we'll change up. It's going to be weird, I've never worked as an international company yet, so having 4 storylines at 65 heat is going to be interesting to see if I can maintain that, so that'll be a challenge. But I say the size is really high, everything's 676s, 81s, we get a 90 importance in the Tri-State, 86 in the Mid-South. Pop-wise, everything's really high. So, again, it isn't really caring about international, global, it's really all just about getting feuds over. the medical side of things, just edge out with that torn ACL. Whether he'll be back for Mania, I know he came back a bit early in real life, but I think we'll just delay him and bring him back post WrestleMania. JR's taking a break, so that's cool. That's all the injuries. And the last thing, obviously, two things, sorry, development. So many guys that were about to come up to WWE through NXT, which was obviously NXT Season 1, so I'm looking forward to pushing them, a real chance to push the likes of Daniel Bryan from the start. You know, we can bring up Big E Langston, AJ Lee coming up, Alberto Del Rio. It's so many opportunities, and that's just a couple of names. The Usos, I could name so many more. So looking forward to giving them a real push when they come up from development. TV wise, they're actually going to be booking 4 shows, which you'll think that's absolutely crazy. How can you book 4 shows? They've worked it really well in this mod. That's the one thing I really like. ECW is another, right? I can deal with that. That's fine. I've got an ECW brand, so I can book that. Friday Night SmackDown, 1.5 hours, perfect. Because obviously we've got all the ads in real life, it's never a 2-hour show. It is always 1.5. So perfect, 1.5 hour, easy to book. Same way Raw, 1.5 hours. The Superstars is 30 minutes, so that's perfect. That's easy to book. Nice and simple. So I think the way I'll do episodes will be Superstars and Raw in a double show, and then ECW in the same show as, or the same YouTube video as SmackDown. Work it that way. So happy with that. Last thing I'm going to cover quickly before we get into Superstars is my decisions here. I'm going for Brian Kendrick, Sarah Del Rey, Tyler Black, John Moxley and Brody Lee. I don't want to bring everybody in straight away because a lot of them refusing to do developmental, and I feel it is a lot early for some of them. I want to keep it kind of realistic, but there'll all be a lot of guys that didn't come in, that will come in, like so probably look at the Guns down the line, and probably Young Bucks as well, just to name 2. The likes of Claudio Castagnoli, I'll bring him in, bring him as Cesaro eventually. But first off, you know, bringing in Luke Harper, I think he'll probably go to development, but the likes of Tyler Black will get renamed Seth Rollins straight to the roster. Same way John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, we'll just push them right from the start. I actually need to check the fact they're there. I don't think we have. Do we have Liaki? I don't even think Roman Reigns is in development. I don't even know what he's. It was something Liaki, but I don't see him in it. So there you go. We won't have the Shield. In fact, was it? No, it wasn't Donny Marlowe, was it? No, that was Camacho. I'd think then. Well, let's see. There's a lot of different things we can try. I'm excited for it. As I say, none of these will have faces until they're in the main roster, so I can actually click on them and put them on. It's just a case of it's a mod the data that didn't have the face packs to go with it. So today we're going to have Raw and Superstars. The way it's going to work is normally I'll just kind of do the cards and then I'll do what we'll go through them. But because it is the first episode, Superstars at least, I'm just going to get straight into it, book it on the fly while we're in the video, and then get straight in. I'll pause the video, we'll go and do Raw, sorry, and then we'll cover through Raw. So the product, pretty fine, 80-60, so a lot of angles, that's fine. Superstars will mostly be filler anyway. I think Superstars is the Raw brand, I'm not actually sure. So I think we are good to enter here. I think I just need to check my announcers all fine. Colin King, Joey Styles and Matt Striker, I made SmackDown, that's fine. ECW, that's cool. Let's go straight into SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown. Superstars. I am unsure how it works with the arenas as well, so we'll see how that goes. I think we'll book this. Oh, now there's a lot more matches in this one. I've just noticed this. The first time using this mod, but aye. Unsanctioned UFC Octagon match, 3-way dance, 10-man cage of death. I just want a one-on-one match, to be honest. So it looks like I'm just going to have to go through that every time and find singles matches. So I might actually look at editing the matches and just putting in default matches. So I've learned that. I say it's just a singles match because it's the PG era. I think we're working with, seems like to be everybody we've got for this available. That's cool. I say it won't be main eventers on this show, so we'll get rid of them, get rid of the occasional wrestlers, get rid of the openers. I think we'll have, for our first show, since he's on a big push, let's get some momentum on his side. Kofi Kingston, and we'll have him against let's have him against Paul Burchill. We'll have that. Obviously it'll be just a lot of filler, but it's just looking for people who we think styles will work together and who can really push on. I think it's 8, 12 and 16 I think some matches. We'll go with 8 minutes there. Kofi with the win. Pinfall, script it and all out. Save that. Actually I'll just go and check that one out. Product 5, 8 and 16. No, that's fine, and I've got a middle match, that's fine. That's cool. So we really only get 2 matches in a segment. A butt naked match, Cactus Jack smack attack match. I don't know what they were thinking with half these matches, so I'll probably definitely look to edit that, because for WWE, everything's going to be singles matches, it's not going to be any sort of gimmicks. Wouldn't be allowed, but I think we'll have, just to give ourselves a good rating again, Christian in action. Then we'll have him take on, do we have him William Regal? I think due to the way the feud was going, I think we'll have Christian against Vladimir Kozlov. I kind of want to protect William Regal at the moment, so Christian gets the win. Pinfall, all out script, just giving faces 2 victories here. ECW title, we'll put it in the line as well, even though it is superstars. So that's fine. Because that's the title match, we'll have that as our main event. Managed to change the angle pack to, I think it was the inspired angle pack, so that's not bad. So we'll have a promo, we'll have a worker, another worker, and it's just going to be Christian, Warning, William Regal, which will continue that feud. Make that go for 6 minutes. Christian works for a script, that's cool, we can do that. And there you go, that'd be the show book just like that. But again, we've got another 9 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, post-match, we shall have a 2-on-1 attack. The victim will be Christian. And it's going to be William Regal and Vladimir Kozlov with a post-match assault. So something basically would happen in ECW, but having it happen tonight. Just a basic show there for superstars. Where should we book it? Let's try and book it somewhere we're going to get a massive crowd. Well, pretty much anywhere I think. We'll try it in the tri-state just to see how good because obviously this affects Raw as well. So we'll go here. Get Madison Square Garden or the IZOD. We'll just go with the IZOD Centre then. We'll see how this goes. It is a B show, it shouldn't affect anything massively. So we'll run the show. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Kofi Kingston defeats Paul Burchill in 8:18 by pinfall with Trouble in Paradise, 67C. Kofi's off his game. Great chemistry between the Burchill brother and sister combination, and Katie Lee Burchill did some good work at ringside. Kofi improving rumble skills and technical skills, Paul Burchill improving flying and performance skills, so that's all good. Christian comes out to the podium for an interview. He states it's now his mission to make William Regal's life a living hell. William Regal, you're going to get hurt, so just a basic promo from Christian to continue that storyline, so that's 81B, that's perfect. And the main event, in a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Christian defeated Vladimir Kozlov in 8:14 by pinfall with a kill switch. Christian makes defense number 1 of his ECW title, 67C again. Christian improving rumble, technical and performance skills. And to end superstars, Christian is celebrating his victory in the ring. Regal and Kozlov run in an attack, beating Christian down to the mat. And that is a 72B-. It's not a great show, but it's superstars, it's filler. 71C+, and there's no specific comments to be made about the show. So, there's my wee face there, and of course this is the YouTube save. So I'm going to go and book Raw now, guys, so I'm going to pause the video there, I'll book my Raw, and then we will be right back. So here we go, guys, this is the show that has been booked for Monday Night Raw. There was a couple of problems with the matches. I thankfully managed to import my matches from another database, so that'll be fine. We will get single matches and the basic matches sorted, so that'll make booking a lot easier here. Pretty much have a rough idea where I want to go with storylines. A lot of them, as I say, will be similar to this time frame until we kind of get into the groove of the mod and stuff like that. One thing I did find there was a problem is DiBiase was down as a SmackDown member, which I'm not sure happened at this moment in time, but you know, I just took the brands off for this and I'll trade them back to Raw post show. So we've got just 11 segments here, as it is only an hour and a half. We managed to film 94 minutes of the 95 up, which doesn't look good for the undercard, but I mean, for the guys we really want to push, it's all good for them. So I really fear for a lot of people once the new wrestlers get here, but I think we'll more than likely just put most of them to Superstars and ECW. But as we all know, this show is obviously booked in the Izod Centre because it is the same as the Superstars taping. And without further ado, let's book our 11 show segment and let's see how it runs. So here we go. No going back now. Let's hope it's the best show possible. I really do fear about my semi-main event. I may actually swap that way. And I think Michaels will carry it, so we'll go with that. We'll just go. But anyway, let's go. Cena and Triple H are in the ring. The plan was, obviously can't do it in TW, was to have the 3 members of Legacy down the ring and the 3 members of, the 2 members of DX, Cena, Triple H, sorry, Shawn Michaels and Cena. But, I've just had Cena and Triple H come down to the rings. They take the microphone, start talking to the crowd before they get interrupted by Orton and Rhodes. They have a big argument going back and forth on the microphone, and that sets up our tag team match for this evening. 96A plus, that's perfect, great start. Cena struggled slightly because other folk weren't following a script. Randy Orton done a masterful job of improvising interactions with the crowd. Randy Orton came across well, Cody Rhodes underperformed. Both storylines continue, and the 96A rating is perfect for those storylines. Cody Rhodes is improving at acting, and Triple H is learning to show more charisma. So that's a good thing. Hopefully putting Cody Rhodes in these kind of matches will eventually get him over. I think he's a good wrestler to start with, but if we can improve his acting and his charisma kind of side of things, I'm all for it. So that's booking our main event match for this evening. It's already booked in. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Kofi Kingston defeated Chris Masters in 806 by pinfall with a Trouble in Paradise. A 62C, I will say this, the roster is very thin at this moment in time, so there isn't much on Raw at the moment, so Kofi will have mostly jobbers until we can get him up to Orton's level. But 62C, Chris Masters improving performance skills and gets some more momentum on Kofi Kingston's side. After the match, Kofi Kingston has been interviewed by Josh Matthews, in which he goes off on a rant about how much he hates Randy Orton. That's a 66C plus to continue their storyline. The performance of Kofi Kingston was good. Josh Matthews was very underwhelming, so I may look at someone else to do the mic segments. Next up, in an extremely short match, Sheamus defeats Jamie Noble in 433 by pinfall with a Bro Kick, 53C minus. I actually do want to push Jamie Noble, but I just feel at the moment, let's elevate Sheamus, let's just do the feud they done. He won't go straight for the WWE title like he did in real life. I think we'll slowly build Sheamus up, we'll put him in the, probably going to be the US title division on Raw. And Noble will get a push, it's just a case at the moment he was the best man for the job. But Sheamus improving performance, flying and technical skills, whilst Jamie Noble improves flying skills. So that's, performance skills as well. Next up, Sheamus is I've done it the wrong way around. It really should be Jamie Noble's in the ring. It's just the way this mod's worded. But the plan was Jamie Noble would continue to get beat down by Sheamus, and Mark Henry would come in and make the save. Same in Jamie Noble, setting up a future feud between Sheamus and Mark Henry. So that's just the wording of the mod. That's a mistake that often seems to happen when they don't word it right and say which person should be player 1, player 2 and player 3 in given angle. But hey, you have a rough idea how it goes, we're fine, so that's cool. Jamie Noble didn't come out this looking good. Well, obviously I don't think it's really realistic him beating up Sheamus, but let's say Sheamus versus Mark Henry is the way I'm going to push it at the moment. Then Jericho are in the ring talking about how good they are, the tag team champions, 82B, and that continues their segment because the two storyline, because the two are in the same feud. Their match was pretty disappointing though, and about that featured great action and a good crowd. Jericho defeated the world's strongest tag team, MVP and Mark Henry, in 10:05 when Chris Jericho defeated Mark Henry by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. Jericho makes defense number 1 of the World Tag Team titles. 65C, it does put the Taker Jericho storyline over a bit, but the problem is it's a poor segment, so I'm really going to have to work with that down the line. Disappointed. The Big Show's improving his Rumble skills, Mark Henry improving technical and performance, Jericho improving performance, and MVP improving Rumble. So a lot of improvements. I'm sure a lot will be the declining physical ability of most. That seems to be one of the major woes. booking decisions when in title prestige and the announcing quality, but that'll come over time. I think that's one problem with Raw, but it'll take King and Cole a wee bit of time, and then eventually they'll be sorted and we'll get pluses for that on the dirt sheet. Next up, small segment just to set up the Divas. Melina and Maryse are backstage arguing about who's the hottest. Eventually Maryse challenges Melina to a bikini contest later on, so the fans can decide. The challenge is accepted. That challenge, the actual bikini contest, doesn't happen. That was just a quick segment, just filler to get the Divas on television for 4 minutes, and I have to get a 68C+. Well, thankfully this done quite well. About the featured great heat and great wrestling action. Shawn Michaels defeated Ted DiBiase in 11:34 with a pinfall with sweet chin music. Ted DiBiase was only a mid-carder somehow in this. I believe at the time he would have been upper mid-card because he was obviously up there with Cody Rhodes, but 44 momentum in a mid-carder wasn't looking good for him, so I thought, right, we'll put him in with Shawn Michaels, give him a good match, and hopefully elevate him as a loser and get him up to upper mid-card and so on for there. So hopefully that'll help his pop. No skill improvements, but hopefully it gets his overness up and a good rating. So I'm very happy with that. Josh Matthews is backstage with Triple H and John Cena talking about their upcoming match. Josh Matthews didn't come out of it looking good, but Triple H and Cena did, and the DX and Cena storyline continues. 86B+. Josh Matthews is improving at acting, which is our main event, which disappoints as well. I needed it to be higher. So we're probably going to lose popularity points here. And a match that had some excellent in-ring action and great heat from the audience. John Cena and Triple H defeated Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in 14:38 when Super Cena, which he would have been at the time, defeated Randy Orton by pinfall with an attitude adjustment. Both Rhodes and Orton were off their game tonight, which is probably one reason the rating went down. Both storylines continue. Cena improves his technical skills, Orton improves technical and performance, Rhodes improves rumble and technical. Just the pressure of going all out, so we'll stop doing that. The length of the segment, the announcing again, and just for holding back. So that's a shame. But it's the first episode of the mod, so we'll learn for that, and hopefully we can come back stronger in future episodes of Monday Night Raw. So, well, we actually get an 82B, and we increased our popularity in 15 regions, so actually that was a positive show then. We're happy with that. That's mostly, I think, going to be down to then the interview segment in 2 matches, just under 80, so oh well, can't argue with that. We'll continue on. It may take a while because obviously it's got to process a lot and it is the first day, so I don't know if we will get our rating here. Oh, we will. That was actually a lot quicker than expected. Again, sorry there isn't any of the pictures, that's just the way the mod was. But, feedback was positive, the vast majority liking the show, that's good. JPW is growing. Let's just see, Becky Bayless has been sacked, Michael McGillicuddy has been traded from the 1 to the 3 brand on FCW. Alright, they've got brands in FCW, didn't know that. And Mason 93, oh well, okay. Melina's already got some minor issues, just because I wouldn't make her go unscripted. Have $1,000, there you're happy now, that's all happy. But made pretty much made 800,000 there nearly, that's decent. So NWA have made bids for Sara Del Rey and Tyler Black. Our ratings: 0.08 in the box, 0.42 in Fox 8, 0.76 in Sky Sports 3, 2.01 in Canal 5, 2.29 in J Sports Plus, 2.34 on the Score, and 401 on Televista, which means 6.96 on the USA Network. So that's the standard we've set, and it's up to us to improve from there. My storylines seem to be doing okay, that's decent, 81. So that'll need to get improved massively, so we'll have a big confrontation, probably between Jericho and Undertaker, because Big Show is just trying to drag that down the shit. So I hope you enjoyed the first episode, guys. As I say, I'm hoping to book it Superstars and Raw, and then other episodes will be ECW and SmackDown. This will be a longer video because it is obviously the introduction one. Let's say, guys, if you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you've got any comments, please leave them in the comments section. If there's any way you think I can improve the series as we go along, please leave them there. If it is dropping the likes of ECW and Superstars, then we may look into it. But until next time, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that sub button. It'll allow you to get any of these videos dropping in your sub boxes on YouTube, so you can keep up with the series and not miss a beat. And until next time, this is Twit Maxwell. I'll speak to you all real soon. Bye bye.